Hello and welcome to yet another illuminating episode of Verses and Paragraphs and everything in between. Yesterday we tried to get a guest on the program, but thanks to our network, in this case, we started off. The broadcast was hanging. People could hear me, could not hear her. At some point in time, some of the viewers could only hear her. They couldn't hear me. And even on their own side too, they said they could only see my lips moving and they could only hear our guest speaking. Yesterday was the birthday of Nigeria and Africa's youngest author. She wrote and published her very first book when she was 5 years old, at an age where girls were playing with their dolls. This little girl, she actually wrote a book which she titled Freedom, and yesterday she turned 18, and within this time she has gone to schools talking about her book and also giving out her book. She's actually following in the footsteps of her father, which is very, very commendable. So because our broadcast yesterday was not good at all, because I watched the replay and it was helping. I pray it doesn't happen today because it looks like it's hanging again. So I prayed Angela's success. Thank you very much for joining our live broadcast today. You're watching from Lagos. Mary Jane, thank you so much for joining our live broadcast all the way from Kaduna. Today I want to talk about what I talked about yesterday, because our broadcast yesterday, it was terrible, it was awful. Remember that the title of our program is Verses and Paragraphs and everything in between, and it is a creative platform which is designed, one, to help authors, showcase poets, and beyond that, to educate everyone who is interested on the proper nuances of language, and you learn something new, but it just has to help you in life. Remember, readers are leaders and writers rule. Thank you very much, Mary Jane. Wonderful day to you. So today I'll be talking about the paragraph aspect of our program. All the morning through, if you've been following my thread, you will see I've been asking questions. What is a paragraph? Who uses paragraphs? What are the rules of paragraphs? And no one has really answered. Dr. Raphael James, my brother from another mother, it's good to have you on the show. Thank you for joining our live broadcast. Dr. James, I think I want to do a repeat of what we were doing yesterday. And I don't know how we're going to do this thing, because I really, really want your daughter to read portions of her book. Anyhow, but today we'll be talking about paragraphs once again. And so what are paragraphs? Well, there are so many definitions of paragraphs. I'll just read you some. A paragraph is a distinct portion of written or printed matter dealing with a particular idea, usually beginning with an indentation on a new line. Da Silva Babatunde, thank you so much for watching and joining our live broadcast all the way from Abuja. Da Silva Babatunde is also a writer. Hello to you too, Da Silva. And one of these days, Da Silva, you're going to come on and talk to us. Or do you want to talk to us today about paragraphs? Da Silva, I can bring you on and you talk to us today about paragraphs. Anyway, paragraphs can function as nouns, and that is when they are in block form, or they could also function as verbs. And when you say you want to divide your writing into paragraphs, when you have to divide into paragraphs, you are now using the word paragraph as a verb. Or to write or publish a paragraph about something that's in the newspaper, that is when you use it as a verb. Hello, Da Silva. Yes, she says hi, sis. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining our live broadcast. And if you want to express in a paragraph, that is also a verb. Like I said earlier on, there are so many definitions of what a paragraph is. What is your own definition of a paragraph? Well, I can also tell you again that a paragraph is a brief piece of writing that's around 7 to 10 sentences long. And these sentences are organized around a central topic. The cardinal rule of paragraph writing is to focus on one idea. A solidly written paragraph takes its readers on a clear path without detours. Now, whenever you're writing, as in if you're writing an essay, you're writing a story, whatever it is you're writing, each paragraph, even if you are writing like a communique or whatever, if you want to highlight the points in it, every paragraph must reflect one idea. You cannot have one idea in a paragraph. Now there are 4 paragraph types. You have narrative, descriptive, expository, and persuasive. The paragraph can be used to describe or explain an endless variety of things, and it's important to know how to use each paragraph type for the correct purpose. A narrative paragraph will tell you about a scene or an event. A descriptive paragraph will give you vivid description, just like its name says. It will give you a vivid description of one subject. A shout out to my big brother, Professor Alex Ifo Amata, watching all the way from Asaba. Thank you for joining our live broadcast today, Brother Ifo. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast today. Now, an expository paragraph provides information, while a persuasive paragraph tries to convince the reader. And these 4 paragraph types are powerful tools for every writer. Now, as a writer myself, I'm going to read you a paragraph or some paragraphs from my upcoming book. It's going to be published and it should be out by God's grace in July. So I'm going to read you some paragraphs from my upcoming book. It's called The Dempsey Chronicles. And I don't know whether I should tell you what kind of paragraph it is or they are, or you will tell me what paragraph it is. But listen carefully. Dempsey was excited. Everyone in the house knew the reason why she was excited, but pretended as if they didn't know. It was going to be her 5th birthday, and she had waited for this day all her life. She had been looking forward to the time when if anyone asked how old she was, she could stick up her 5 fingers to show she was 5. Luckily for her, it fell on a Saturday, the perfect day for having a birthday. On Friday, she came home early from school. She came early from school because she wanted to watch her older cousins set up the place. But something was not right, and it bothered her. You see, her past birthdays, from the week leading up to her birthday, the whole house would be filled with preparations for her birthday party, which usually had a theme. Last year it was The Little Mermaid. The year before that, it was Dora the Explorer. This year, she had asked her parents for a Sophia the First themed party. Mom and Dad had said yes, but it was already Friday afternoon, and nothing party-like seemed to be happening on the 2nd level of the house where her parties always took place. That didn't look too good. Or maybe they had changed plans, and it was now happening on the 1st level of the house. Yes, that must be it, she thought to herself, and went downstairs to the 1st level. She checked both living rooms, and there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Dempsey was scared. She had already invited all her friends from school and the neighborhood and told them it was going to be a Sophia the First birthday party. All her friends, specifically the girls, were excited and had promised to come for the party wearing Sophia the First branded dresses. She began to panic. Or had Mom and Dad forgotten? What would happen if all her friends turned up and there was no party, so less of a Sophia the First themed party? She would be the center of jokes the rest of the school. Now, if you listen to that one, and based on what I told you about the different kinds of paragraphs, can you tell me what kind of paragraphs I used in writing this story? I'll continue, but if you can tell me what paragraphs I used, then please indicate. Remember, I told you there are 4 paragraph types. There are narrative paragraphs, which tell out a scene or event. There are descriptive paragraphs, which give vivid descriptions of one's object. Expository paragraphs provide information, while persuasive paragraphs try to convince the reader. Now, if you can think of which kind of paragraph I used in my story, my upcoming book, The Dipsy Chronicle, please let me know. Now, at some point, I'm going to try and see if I can bring on our guest of yesterday. Now I'm talking, it looks like this thing is hanging again. All right, yes. Let's see. Go live with Jane Longe. I have invited. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to see if our guest of yesterday, who incidentally is Nigeria and Africa's youngest author, again today. While we're waiting for her to join, I'll still be talking about part. If you listened to the story I read, can you tell me what part I used? I have told you there are 4 basic types of talking about a scene or an event. Descriptive paragraphs give vivid descriptions of one subject. Exposition paragraphs provide information, while persuasive paragraphs try to convince the reader. Thank you, Lauren Ashamale. I think she's watching from somewhere in the East. Thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. Jane Longe is also watching. And I'm trying to see if I can use her phone to bring on our guest of yesterday. Okay, it's I hope it works out properly this time, and I hope that people can hear me and hear Ebube. Ebube, thank you so much once again for joining. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me today? Ebube, can you hear? Hello, can you hear me? This is the sound. Can you hear? Okay, Ebube, can you hear me now? Hello, Wave, can you hear? Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me, and even our broadcast is hanging. I don't know why it's hanging. This is not funny at all. Hello. Okay, I'll still be talking until you start talking. I can't hear anything she's saying. Can anyone hear what she's saying? Can anyone hear? Elizabeth Joe, thank you for joining our live broadcast all the way from Kaduna. The Dipsy Chronicles are hanging again today. Okay, she's all right. I will continue from where I stopped. Okay, now I asked earlier on if you have been following my threads or my feed on Facebook. I've been asking questions. Sheila, thank you for joining our live broadcast. I don't know why it's hanging again today. Why is this hanging again today? Why is it hanging again today? I'm talking about paragraphs. I will know that a paragraph is a piece of writing and it contains an idea. Now, a paragraph, a basic paragraph structure. I don't know why this is hanging again today. MTN, please, we're trying to have a broadcast going on here. So we're talking about paragraphs today. A basic paragraph structure usually consists of 5 sentences. Topic sentence, topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, concluding sentence. Remember, a paragraph should contain 1 idea. Now, the very first, the topic sentence actually is the idea. And then you have the supporting sentences and the concluding sentences, and a concluding sentence rather, and you have your basic paragraph structure. I don't know, can you hear me? If you can hear me, or if it is breaking. Okay, yes, you can hear me. Thank you so much. Because it looks like it's hanging from this end. I've been talking about a paragraph. I talked about the 4. I talked about a descriptive paragraph, which gives vivid description of one subject. An expository paragraph, it provides information, while a persuasive paragraph tries to convince the reader. And I read earlier on from my upcoming book, God's Grace. In July, we should have our book launch in July. Now, this way, I'd like to read from my book again, and I'd like to, if you are listening carefully, to tell me what kind of paragraphs I have used. Remember, I've told you 4 basic paragraph types: narrative, descriptive, expository, and persuasive. So I'll read again. Listen carefully, and because this broadcast is participatory, and it should not just be, I like it when people respond. So I have to read again. The title of my book is The Dempsey Chronicles. Dempsey, who is the main character in the book, is 5 years old. Now here I go. It hangs and breaks. Yes, I know, Sheila, it hangs and breaks, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's hanging and breaking. And it wasn't like this before. Phew. Okay. I'll try reading again and see. Dempsey was excited. Everyone in there knew the reason why she was excited, but they pretended. Okay, you can hear me. Elizabeth Joe, who is watching from Kaduna, Abuja, says that if it's her network that is bad, but it keeps going on. It keeps on going off. No, I think it is network all over, because even from Lagos here, I can see myself hanging on the screen. And I don't know why. I don't know why the network is pretty bad. It is not about to rain, because usually when it wants to rain, it affects the network. I don't know why this is happening like this today. It is hanging. Broadcast pause. Okay, we're back on. I don't know why it's like this, but I'll continue. I'll try and see if I can read again from my book. Okay, now it's looking good right now. It's looking good right now. So I'll start reading again. So listen and tell me if I have used narrative, if I've used descriptive, expository, or persuasive. It's hanging again. Dempsey was excited. Everyone in the house knew the reason why she was excited, but pretended as if they didn't know. It was going to be her 5th birthday, and she had waited for this day all her life. She had been looking forward to the time when, if anyone asked how old she was, she could stick up her 5 fingers to show she was 5. Luckily for her, it fell on a Saturday, the perfect day for having a birthday. She came home early from school because she wanted to watch her cousins as they set up the place. But something was not right, and it bothered her. You see, her first birthday is from the week leading up to her birthday. The whole house will be filled with preparations for her birthday party, which usually had a theme. Last year, it was The Little Mermaid. The year before that, it was Dora the Explorer. This year, She had asked her parents for a Sophia the First themed party. Mom and dad had said yes, but it was already Friday afternoon and nothing party-like seemed to be happening on the second level of the house where her parties always took place. That didn't look too good. Or maybe they had changed plans and it was now happening on the first level of the house. Yes, that must be it, she thought to herself, and went downstairs to the first level. She checked both living rooms and there was nothing, absolutely nothing. Dimsy was scared. She had already invited all her friends from school and the neighborhood and had told them it was going to be a Sophia the First birthday party. All her friends, specifically the girls, were excited and had promised to come for the party wearing Sophia the First branded dresses. She began to panic. Or had mom and dad forgotten? What would happen if all her friends turned up and there was no party? Talk less of a Sophia the First themed party. She would be the center of jokes for the rest of the school term. Now that's a portion from my book that is upcoming. It's actually chapter 2. Now, if you can, tell me what kind of paragraphs I used in writing that one. Now we'll go on. I told you that a basic structure of a paragraph, you have a topic sentence. There are usually 5 sentence forms. The topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and a concluding sentence. A topic sentence usually summarizes the main idea of a paragraph, and it is usually the first sentence in a paragraph. You know, it is from the first sentence you know what that paragraph is going to be talking about. It usually introduces the idea or the theme. Also known as the focus sentence, it encapsulates or organizes a paragraph. In writing, the topic sentence is the main idea of each paragraph, and it contains the focus of the paragraph and tells the readers what the paragraph is going to be about. Now, I already read you some paragraphs from my upcoming book. Can you tell me what kind of paragraphs I used? The topic sentence can be located anywhere in a paragraph. In academic essays, it is usually located at the beginning of each paragraph. So I don't know, can anybody tell me what kind of paragraphs I used in the writing of my book, which is going to come out July by God's special grace? We will have a book launch, and it is a children's book. It is set in Warri, and the main heroine of the book is a 5-year-old. Now, since this thing is breaking, I don't want it to happen like yesterday again. I just want to quickly tell you, I'm still using what we did yesterday, our word of the day. Now, the word of the day is maladroit. Maladroit is an adjective, maladroit, and it means someone who is unskillful, awkward, bungling, or tactless. And it is spelled, let me hold up the spelling for you. Where is my word? Okay, maladroit. That's the word, our word for today. Maladroit. M-A-L-A-D-R-O-I-T. Maladroit. And it means someone who is bungling and who is terribly unskilled. So if you have someone who is behaving in an awkward fashion, you say that person is behaving in a maladroit way. The adverb for it is maladroitly, and the noun is maladroitness. When you handle something in an unskilled or tactless way. Now, because this broadcast is hanging to me, I think I'm going to sign off here. For everyone who tuned in today, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that the replay of this broadcast is going to be okay so that people can watch and learn. Thank you so much, everyone who joined our live broadcast today. I'd like to shout out to all of you. Mary Jane from Kaduna, There's Sheila from Lagos, Elizabeth Joe from Kaduna or Abuja, Dr. Raphael James, my big brother Ifo from Asaba. And if I don't remember you, please forgive me. But thank you so much for joining my live broadcast today. I'll see you tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you.